All right.
All right. Well, hello, my name is Dave Leese, and today I'm thrilled to welcome Annette Thomas from Ballet for Figure Skaters. Annette, welcome to Figure Skating Technique.
Thanks so much, Dave. It's great to be here. I'm thrilled to be teaching you some ballet technique. It's been great fun so far, and I look forward to more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So let's start with the myofascia release. This is the massage for the feet that you recommend actually starting before you even put your skates on. So can you walk us through it and tell us why we do it?
Absolutely. The great part about teaching this myofascial massage is that people notice the difference right away. Myofascia is like a thin film that covers all of our muscles. If you've ever had a steak and you've cut into a steak or seen someone else do it, you see that thin film. It covers all of our muscles as well. And we have a back line, we have a front line, we have a deep front line, we have one that goes across the body. So a lot of times when we think we're stiff or we're tight in some area, we really need to think about the myofascia first, because that's what's holding the muscle tight. And instead of stretching, we really need to loosen up and soften up that myofascia instead. So when you hear somebody say, go warm up, do some stretches, do this first, and you're really going to notice a huge difference. It also makes a huge difference in proprioception. Once you get this started, remember, Dave, when you first started doing this myofascia, and all of a sudden you said, my feet are becoming awake, they're alive, you can really feel what's going on. And this is because if you notice in more Eastern kinds of medicine, every organ, everything is represented in the bottom of the foot. So this is another reason to do this, because we will become more aware of our movements. So the back line is what we start with. It goes from the toes all the way back, across the lower back, all the way up through the neck in one sheet, and attaches here at the top of the eyebrows. And so sometimes when you have a tight back, tight hamstrings, try doing this first, before and after jumps in particular. So you're going to take the bottom of the foot, and he's already gotten started, and we're doing the knuckles and put cream
Massage
on.
oil for it this
Yes,
time.
because he ruined his knuckles the other day working so hard to do this.
I ruined on the tibia that we'll do later, but yes. Okay.
That's right. It just shows how in earnest Dave is, and
I don't do
everything
anything
that does
halfway. We're gonna do it.
goes
We're
for
gonna do
it,
it.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna dig those knuckles, and the deeper you can dig in, the more you're going to feel that difference. Oh, first, wait a second. We're gonna
Oh,
go into a straddle first, so that we can just see where we're at right now as a before and after. Okay, straight legs, toes up to the ceiling, and then nice flat back, just far enough so you're feeling it. All right, not ouchy, but you're just feeling it. Kind of take note of where you are so that we can compare it later. All right, back to number one. Knuckles, digging in as deep as you can, all the way through the bottom of the foot, down the middle to the heel, the inside arch. And as I said before, the deeper you go, the better it is, but don't overdo it.
I question for you. You said
Yeah.
you like my questions. As I get better, I noticed that when I was doing this yesterday, because I do the recording of our lessons, my arch started to get a little like aggravated or sore as I was doing it. Does that mean that I need to massage for longer, or is this just gonna happen from?
I would just say, knowing you as a little bit, right? I would say that you're digging a little too hard, a little too long. Just go
Okay.
little by little. Do it twice a day,
Yep.
but just kind of not so much. I
Okay.
do say dig hard because a lot of people just kind of go at it,
Oh, no,
you're
no,
not
no.
going to feel it. Okay, the second one is pulling the toes back. I have my foot flexed. I'm pulling the toes back as far as they'll go, and then go individually because each one has its own range of motion. So you want to pull back as far as you can. Then you want to stay in that flex position and just crunch the toes forward so you're contracting everything and just livening it up a little bit. Then you're going to spread the toes out just like you would spread your hands out. I remember you're saying your toes started feeling like fingers, and that's
Yes.
the way they should feel, right? Then you're going to pull apart the toes so you're really stretching them away from each other. Kind of toggle the middle one back and forth, get to the biggest range of motion they can. And then you're going to take the tips of your fingers and you're going to go to the outside of the foot. And
Okay.
the palm is going to go to the inside of the foot. And as one of my students says, just fold your foot in half like a taco. Okay, so you're just going to fold all the way from the toes, squeezing in as if you're doing a line, right? Vertical line down the foot. Make sure you get your heel. All right, and then the very last one, same hand is like you do not have to stretch your leg completely straight, but you're going to use that knuckle action again, and you're going to go sideways. All right, not up and down, but sideways from origin to insertion, the back of the knee in particular, which is very sensitive. All right, and then you're going to take your thumb and your forefinger and go into the back of the knee and down the split of the calf muscle, digging in as deeply as you can and into the back of the knee again to loosen that up. You don't want to stretch that. You want to loosen it up, kind of cajole it, all right, into doing what you want it to do. All right, now let's go back into that straddle and just really kind of get into your body and feel the difference of that one side. And I think you'll agree, you're going to feel it
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit looser. Now let's do the other side. And it really doesn't matter too much if you get out of order in these. I just do it in this order. All right. So if you want to know more about myofascia, Dave put up some of my articles on myofascia and also on how to wake up those feet, ankles, and lower leg. And also Tom Myers is where I got this information, and he allowed me to give his information out in my fundamentals book in case you're interested. So again, digging in as hard as you can, up and down, right? Second one is pulling those toes back as far as they'll go in a flexed position, then crunching those toes forward, spreading the toes out, which I can't on this foot because I have a bunion. And then pulling the toes apart. But this really does help the bunion, and I never have pain. So
You're supposed to say it would prevent it, you know, if you had done this younger, of course, obviously.
right, I know it. Some of these kids, these skating kids, have bunions by the time they're 10, 11, 12. Very sad. All right, after you do that, right, you're going to fold that foot in half, right? Squeeze hard. And then last one here, again, you don't need, this isn't a stretch, all right? This is a loosening up, all right? A lot of times, especially as sports people, but also ballet people, we try to force our bodies to do stuff when it's not ready, when the body is not ready. And our bodies are, they're willing to do what we want, all right? But we have to do it within its time, not our brain's time, right? Thumb and forefinger in the back of the knee. That's why I said cajole before, because it will do what you want, but you have to do it in proper order. Talk to your body, listen to your body. All right, now let's go and do, see, and I'm not faking this. Before I couldn't do that, all right? few seconds ago. I wasn't like going before. This is now very comfortable for me to do. All right, and just imagine if you do this a couple of times a day, like before and after you do your skating or whatever you're doing, you know, whatever course or class you're taking, if it's physical, do this before and do it after. And it really, really will help with delayed DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, especially when you're doing a lot of jumps and whatnot. This will help. Okay, now we're going to go for the resistance band, and we're going to learn how to point the foot properly. We'll get into this a little bit more when we get the skates on, of how to point the foot in a skate. But right now I want to say we're going to work on plantar flexion and what that actually means.
And you do this before the front line? Because we usually would do the front
Oh,
line.
I'm sorry. Yes. Yep. I'm thinking other things. Yes, thank you very much. All right, we're going to do the front line now. Okay.
I'm just trying to get my prep correct in order, what we do first. This
Absolutely.
is new stuff that we're doing to the body.
Yes,
Yeah.
and thank you for reminding me. I get on a and I just keep going. All right, so now wait, before we do this, we're going to go forward like this.
Sorry.
Pulling the legs together, all right, squeezing together.
I can show a before and after, so I'll bring the cat.
Yeah, before and after. Yeah, go to the side if you can, or just point down so they see the difference. All right, pulling those kneecaps up and in. All right, now we're going to do the front line. All right, here we go. Those knuckles again, but now
Yes.
both sides. All right, both fingers, both hands. You're going to go from the kneecap really hard down the tibia and down across the ankle bone and come up. And that's count one. All right. So we go 1 and do that at least 10 times, as hard as you can, as hard down, hard up. All right. And again, you need to maybe put something on your knuckles. It's really best if you do it with just bare legs. Okay. Going across the ankle, because all of those tendons and muscles go across the ankle, all the way up to the kneecap. When you get done with those 10, you're going to take your hands this way, the way you folded your foot, same way, and you're going to squeeze, leave that foot nice and loose on the floor so it gets to really enjoy that stretch. And squeeze, take a little bit more time in the middle of the calf area, squeeze all the way down, all the way down. Take your time. All right, a lot of people use foam rollers, they use balls for the bottom of their feet. Nothing is as good as our own hands. We are part electricity. We need to touch in order to make connection and in order to understand how our body is feeling every day. All right, so we need to do that. I'm not a real fan of a lot of gadgets when hands will do. All right, next, you're going to cross your foot over and you're going to use same hand as leg in a pushing motion. You're going to cup under your Achilles tendon. So get the heel of your palm under, all right, so you can push away. And on top, you're going to go across the knuckles of the foot. Make sure it's not sickle. It should be straight or even aimed a little bit down. All right, so push hard and pull hard in opposite directions. Make sure you're getting across the knuckles and just give it a little bit of a shake. You're going to feel a nice stretch all the way up to the knee. And sometimes when you first start, you're only going to feel it like across the ankle. Don't worry. The more you do it, the more you're going to feel that stretch. All right. And then go back.
Do the before and after.
Right. That's the before and after. He didn't need to shove his foot under the couch. He didn't need to use one of those foot stretchers. Nothing. It was just this that did that. All right. Let's do the other leg now. Down and up is 1, at least 10 times, all the way across the ankle up to the kneecap. And take your time with it. And trust me, it's like the tortoise and the hare. Everyone else is going to be on the ice. You're going to be doing this, but you're going to be doing 100% better because you're going to be totally connected and your body is going to be ready to work. Okay. All right, let's make believe that that was 10. All right, now we're going to squeeze, leave that foot nice and flat and just completely relaxed on the floor. All the way across the ankle, all the way back, good hard squeeze, and then same arm as leg, heel under the Achilles tendon. This one is pulling forward on the knuckles. Make sure it's not sickled. A straight line, all right, between the third toe and your knee cap. Push hard, pull hard. Give it a little shake. And there you go. Yep, scoot back a little bit. So yes, so they can see you. Yes, see? Beautiful. All right, yeah. Much, much better, right? And that's all we did. We didn't even do any exercises yet. All right, now we're gonna go to the, all right. And then we'll do
The blocks.
Okay, so most of you probably know this exercise a little bit differently than I'm going to be teaching it, but you're going to pull, this is a 6-inch wide, 5-foot long, and Dave has the gold, the silver, I think is pretty strong, right? All right, so you're going to start in flex. This is dorsiflexion, knee pulled up, all right, hands holding, gripping, elbows right at your body. And then you're going to stretch really hard. So you feel a nice stretch in the back. Then you're going to plantar flex. And you're going to leave that ankle in plantar flexion and keep the knee pulled up. 10 times you're going to go from point to just demi point. That's 1. Point, 2. Point, 3, and you're going to feel like your knee wants to get engaged. Point, 4, don't let it. Pull up. Point, 5, point, and while you're doing it, sit up nice and straight. 6, point, 7. In ballet, we look at every part of the body, even if we're only working on a part. We're going to say that's 8, point, 9, point, 10, and then pull back hard, flex, 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 pull hard, and then just give a little circle and circle around the other way, invert, evert, invert, evert, invert, evert, all right? So you're feeling that nice stretch all around. All right, and here we go to the other side. You're going to notice with this that one foot likes it and the other foot doesn't. By the way, you're going to need at least an inch off the top of the big toe. This is different than you've probably seen somewhere on social media. Off the top of the toe, nice and straight. Pull up that kneecap. Plantar flexion. Move away from my plantar flexion. Keep that plantar flexion. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Point hard every time. And when I say point, no crunching, just reach it forward. And 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, going hard, and 10, and pulling back, way back, and circle, and reverse, And then we have inversion, eversion, inversion, eversion. We need both very strong, flexible for inside edge, outside edge, right? Okay. Now we're going to go yoga blocks before we go to the Vaganova floor exercises. Okay. I do these first because I have a somatic approach to the Vaganova method. And this is, I don't want to get too controversial here, but this is what I would consider more the original Vaganova method, which is different than what they're doing now. They're doing a lot more gymnastics. I mean, it's all over the place. It's not just figure skating. We're losing some artistry and going more for the wow factor in almost every area of the arts. And so I only teach level 0 through level 2. All right, so my whole focus is foundations. All right, I just want to put that out there because a lot of people think, oh, Vaganova method, dangerous. You know, you're like kind of thinking about things that are going on in Russia right now as far as exercise goes. It's not like that at all. All right. So somatic approach. I just wanted to mention that, Dave. I hope that's okay because some people are afraid.
I love intense people arguing and debating over intense topics. It's great. Okay, this is
right. Okay. All right. So we're feeling this turnout now from the deep rotators, glutes rotating outward. And this really helps to use the yoga blocks. As I said, I don't like a lot of gadgets, but these really help. If you lift up and you do as in Torval and Dean, okay, Christopher Dean used to do a ballet class. He'd say, put a penny, you know, hold it. All right, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so really tighten up. And you're going to just turn out from the deep rotators and glutes, feeling that rotation here, knees pulled up so you're not hurting your knees. Flex hard, all right? And then you're going to go into that demi point, not bending those knees. You're going to try and get your pinky toe below the surface of the yoga block and point. All right, think about that wonderful spread eagle that you want to do with no knees bent. All right, pelvis forward and flex hard, demi point, point. Try to get, see, if you see this, you know you're sickling. All right, you got to push that down so the pinky toes are facing the floor. Flex. And demi point, keep those knees pulled up and point. Keep tightening. I know you're going to be shaking, but keep going. Flex. It also works muscle memory that way. Keep going. Demi point, point. 2 more times. Flex. Keep rotating. Envision deep rotators. And point. That's it. Keep it going. Flex. Tighten those glutes. Demi point. And point hard. Knees pulled up. And relax. Okay. We're going to work on a couple of Vaganova floor exercises. We'll do the arms a little bit later. Okay, is that all right, Dave? So we can keep in right. Okay, so one of the first Vaganova floor exercises is flex and point with a turnout. All right, so we're going to do that. I'm just going to pull these down here. All right, we're going to start in parallel, hands clasped behind the back. All right, and this is for, you're going to see later on, this is to lift the laterals. You should be in one line, so elbows not like this. When we're working on our feet, a lot of times people, you know, kind of focus into the feet and they lose their posture. So this way, the whole time, lifting those laterals and in and up. Flex hard, pulling up those knees and squeezing in. and demi-point, and point hard. 3 more times, and flex, chin up, demi-point, shoulders down, and point. Think of your whole body, and flex, and demi-point, and point hard. Keep those knees in together, flex, demi-point, and point hard. And now we're going to put the hands down, lift up, turn out, and flex. Try to keep your pinky toes on the floor, not by bending your knees, but by really turning out those deep rotators. Demi-point and point. Dave, can you move back a little bit so they can see how wonderfully your feet are working? There you go. Perfect. Flex and demi-point and point. Good job. Flex, knees pulled up and together. Demi-point and point. Last one. Flex, demi-point and point. Back here, and we're going to do a rotation. Flex, turn out, rotators only, and glutes. Demi-point, point, and parallel. Flex, turn out, strong, yes, demi-point, point, and parallel. 2 more, flex, watch that posture, demi-point, point, and parallel. Last one, flex, turn out, demi-point, point, and parallel. Reverse, turn out, and flex, and parallel. Demi-point, point, turn out, and flex, and parallel. Demi-point, point. Do not sink in your lower back. Turn out, flex. Work that left side, Dave, and come up. Demi-point, point. I was getting tired. Last one, turn out. Work those glutes. Yes, flex. Yes, and parallel. Demi-point, point. All right, good.
My legs were shaking, so that's
Oh, I know. I can see that left side going, and I don't want to do this anymore.
doesn't want to open as much as the right. Yeah.
Right, yes. We always have that one side that we have to giddy up and get going. All right, turn out on the back.
Do you want me to lay sideways?
Yeah, we're going to do hands here or here. All right, and we're going to do retire. We didn't do that one sitting up, but we'll do it here. Retire with the heel up, stretch to the ceiling, and keep that opposite hip down and open out to the side without rolling. Not going to roll.
Oh, we're on the opposite leg.
Yep, okay. And bring it down. Yep. And reverse, retire. We'll do this one sitting up next so you can see it a little bit better. Out to the side, 90-degree angle. We only work and stretch away from center and down. We never work past the 90-degree angle until it is perfectly in control, front, side, and back. And that's the secret of staying injury-free in your lower back. Take it to the side without rolling, not like this, and bring it down. Reverse, retire. Take it side. Lead with the heel, stretching away from center and down. Now take your hands here and retire. You're going to keep those heels off the floor about 45 degrees. Keep your tailbone on the floor and stretch out, flex, turn in, turn out, demi-point, point, bring it back in, and you want to feel a stretch in 2 directions. And then again, and 1, 2. Keep the tailbone on the floor, out, flex, turn in, and out, demi-point, point, bring it in, and stretch down, keep, turn out, keep, feeling those deep rotators, and flex at the end if you need a nice stretch. 2 more times, retiré, 1, 2. Now watch that you don't arch your back when you do that, and you want to feel flat. All right, taking it out to the side, flex, turn in, feel your turnout without those knees being engaged. Stretch, feeling long and flat, and stretch. Last one, now watch that lower back, in and up. And we'll talk about the center of the body in a moment. Stretch out, tailbone on the floor, good job. Flex, in and out, shoulders pressed to the floor. Don't engage the shoulders. Stretch down and just stretch, flex. Feel a nice stretch, get that lower back into the floor. All right, let's do that one seated, all right? Arms in second position. If you don't know good second, just stretch them out straight, wanting you to feel the laterals, and you're going to go heel up immediately. 1 to mid-calf, 2. Watch that you don't lean back. Flat foot and get taller. Feel that in and up in the lower back with the shoulders down. Take it out to the side. Stretch down. You're turning out both legs and hold. Other side. Lift. Don't crunch down. I know it's hard. Flat foot. Knee to the ceiling. Lift in and up. Take it out to the side. Stretch down. And both legs. Now here we go. Stretch in and up. That's it. Flat. Get taller, taller, in and up. Shoulders down. Open. Flat, flat, flat. Stretch. And last time, get those arms going. Yep. And here. And flat. Knees together. Lift tall. Open. Stretch. And flex. Okay, good job. Just to go back a little bit about where your center is and why we talk about that as 90-degree angle. All right, I'm going to stand up for a second. All right, so the center of our body in balance is just a little bit below the navel. All right, so if you were to take your hands right across the iliac crest, take your index finger and bring them together. Right there is where your personal 5th lumbar vertebra is, in the back. So your center of your body is here. This is why in Vaganova method, first position is here, not here. So you would go back. Center is here, right where the navel is. So when we teach level 0 and level 1, of course, I don't tell people I teach level 0. I just say, you know, it's the preliminaries for the Vaganova method. We need to make sure that 90 degrees is achieved with perfect aplomb in any plane, all right, of movement before we begin stretching for higher levels, because this is called the magic angle. It's what Vaganova referred to as the angle that we need to work at in order to prevent injuries, all right? And not just that, but the idea of doing a high kick like this, okay, who cares, right? You have to do a high kick and lift here as well, right? Or when you see a skater and they take their foot and they go up and yay, and then they trip because they have no control. All right, so we want control and we want flexibility to grow together, right? And that's why we do it this way. So for aesthetic reasons as well as biomechanical and injury prevention reasons, 90-degree angle is it. Okay, can we do, you want to do tendu on the wall, or do you want to do the one on the stomach first?
Let's do the one in the stomach and then okay, yeah.
All right, okay, so I'm gonna do the one on the stomach, which is related to what we just did. You're gonna go like crocodile style here, shoulders as close to the floor as possible. And we're gonna start with a retiré, toe to mid-calf, keeping the hip flexor as close to the floor as possible, right? And then we're going to try and get that knee up first. Obviously, the hip flexor is going to stay off the floor a bit, right?
Mhm.
And stretch it, but you don't want this. It's not about height. It's about stretching the hip flexor and gaining strength in the glutes and lower back. Stretching as if I'm pulling your ankle away from center. All right, and then we're going to do it again. Take it to the side, flex, and down. Now let's see if we can extend that a little bit more. Going up. Now let's see if you can tighten the glutes and take that leg a little bit to the side. Flex and down. All right, so you're trying to do both things. So you're going retiré, keeping the hip flexors close to the floor as you can. Lift the knee, go straight back, like I'm pulling your ankle, stretching away, tightening the glutes, keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. All the power is in the pelvis. Retiré, out to the side on the floor, flex, and squeeze both legs together. And the really hard one, more advanced, retiré, take it up, take it side. You're gonna feel it, right? Right there, and flex and come down. All right, now I'm gonna watch you do the other side. I will call it out.
Well, this is the better side, of course. So, okay.
Well, yeah. This is all practice, and I promise you, very few people are going to be able to do it anyway. This is hard. It looks easy, but it's not. All right, so get your shoulders down close. There you go. And still feel that in and up, right? So you're protecting your spine through your stomach muscles, right? Here we go. Retiré, 1 and 2. Now push that hip flexor. No, we're going to do knee up to the ceiling, right? Good. Point your foot, stretch it out. Now make believe I'm pulling your ankle, stretch away, stretch away. I want to see lengthened leg as you lower. Lengthened leg. Good job. Yeah. And now, do you see how far away your leg was from the other one?
Yeah, I felt it. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. So when you do let's try it again. You want to go straight back.
Okay.
So when you put the leg down, it's right next to the other one. Yeah, right behind you. Keep your hip flexor down. There you go. Retiré. Now take it directly out to the side on the floor, but keep that hip flexor really pressed into the floor. Now flex your right foot, and as if you're squeezing both legs together. So you want to feel inner thighs, both sides. Good job. And now just one of the hard ones, okay? Retiré, knee up to the ceiling. That's it. Knee up. Yes, now stretch. Now rotate in the hip socket and try to bring it towards me. Keep getting to the side. Nope, nope, you're fine. Point. Now bring the leg towards me. Just keep pointing. Just bring there you go. That's it. Flex and down, squeezing both legs together. Okay. So let's try that second one more time. All right. Retiré, knee up. That's it. Stretch it as high as you can, keeping the hip flexor as close to the floor as you can. Stretch out, stretch out. There you go. Flex, right? And squeeze both legs together. Good job. Yeah. And you feel that in the leg that is also what would be considered the standing or skating leg, right? You're feeling that squeeze, right? Okay. All right, now let's go to the wall. Is there anything that you wanted to comment on? Because I feel like I'm commandeering your.
So, I'm just trying to remember the order that we did everything. Do we do the skates on after we go to the wall?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so this can be done. This is not Vaganova, but I love it. It is in Maria Fave's floor bar. I always like to cite my sources in case people want to know where they got things or where I got things. All right, this is really, really good for turnout. It's for feeling all of those inner muscles and working especially on spread eagles, anything where you actually need turnout. And by the way, skaters do need turnout even when they're in parallel. It just as a reminder. Feldenkrais. All right, nice turnout. You want to feel that lower back. Natural curve is fine, but you don't want to arch the back, keeping the arms and shoulders nice and relaxed, pressed against the floor. We're going to do one side. Tendu means to stretch or elongate, all right? So we're going to keep the heel on the floor as long as we can, or on the wall. Pinky toe as close to the floor as possible, 1 and 2. Go to demi-point on 3. Point is 4, and you're working like mad on the stabilizing leg, all right? So you're not turning. This is really tightening. Hold it there, nice, strong calf muscle point. Bring it back through, feeling like both legs are squeezing together. Demi-point. Feel the heel on the floor. Now you're not twisting your hips, you're just stretching. And then we're taking the other side. Keep that turnout. I know it's hard, but I want you to really, I'm going to say force it in this direction. You're not going to force it when you're standing, only here, okay? Meaning work your hardest, that's all I'm saying. Heel on the wall as long as you can, then demi-point, then point, keeping those hips right to the ceiling. Squeeze in, demi-point, and heel, and heels touching. And now both legs, heels stay, pinky toes on the floor. Stretch, do not arch the back, point hard, rotate, rotate, keep working hard, and then squeeze both legs together. Demi-point, squeeze, heels on the floor, squeeze, squeeze, and relax. You should do that 6 times. We're only doing it once because we have a skates on section that I want to get to next. All right. Okay, Dave, you can put your skates on unless you want to go over anything.
You want to see skates on? Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. How much stretching in addition to this do you advise, like daily?
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to come up here and hear you.
How, okay, what kind of stretching do you advise in addition to this?
You don't really need any. You do stretching. I only tell people to do stretching after the whole day's exercises.
Okay.
And practice time is over. All right. Because for me, stretching means to increase range of motion. Warm up is to get your full activation of your current range of motion. All of that. Okay. Stretching to me means going over and above.
Do you have recommendations on which stretches to do or not do?
I think that we could probably do that at a different time, if you wouldn't mind. We can, yeah, we can do that. Of course, this is just one lesson plan, right? And after you do the skates on, depending on if you have the time, I have until 1 my time. We're gonna work with arms. We're gonna do TheraBand with the arms and whatnot, but we're just kind of following through on the point and turnout thing right now.
Just
So
killing discussion wise as I put on my skates. So that way we're not sitting here like, yeah. You're not putting your skates on today? Okay.
no, I'm not, because then it takes me forever. It really does.
Remember the lot. Yeah, okay.
And then we can do the arms kind of as an ending, okay? But as far as, you know, we can do a whole thing of stretching if you want to do it,
Yeah.
but yeah, the
I think
thing,
like a nightly routine for stretching would be very helpful, like before bed to, yeah.
sure, sure.
I'm not so far from a split on the right leg, but the left leg, yes. So, yeah.
That's me too. Are you left-handed?
No, it's
Oh,
weird, right? And I prefer to start some things on the left foot. I don't know if it's from ankle sprains and stuff in my QL that is like a little, I've had SI joint problems, especially on the right side. So I don't know what. I
you
have some.
could just like maybe not ambidextrous, but you could just like prefer, you know,
Different
just
side.
one thing on the
Yeah,
left side and one thing on the right side.
yeah.
So I'm giving these bits and
I do
pieces.
my spiral. I prefer my spiral on my left leg, which is my weaker leg, but I just find it easier to get the hip open and up there.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and I always have, and I don't know why. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's
I
okay.
guess I'm a little strange. It is what it is, but yeah, it's
No,
okay.
no, I don't think it's strange. I think we, you know, we just do what feels comfortable to us, right? So I just want to mention, you know, I'm giving you the lesson basically that we did last time. Little bit different order, but this wouldn't be like necessarily a lesson that I would give if you were my student full time.
Okay.
This is bits and pieces of things, okay? So just that people understand that this is bits and pieces of things that I would teach. I'm just sharing with you the possibilities, right?
Okay.
And then if you're my student full time, we would have a true curriculum that we
Okay.
would. Okay, so one thing, where I'm just gonna have you do like facing this way and doing flex and point.
Okay.
We didn't do that last time, but a lot of people are going to need to see that. Yeah, so if you face, put your head where I am, right, where the camera is, so that they can, like I'm doing here,
Yep.
like, okay? So if you do flex, demi point,
Now, like Pilates V or parallel?
your feet are gonna be in parallel. Okay, just watch me do it once. All right, so flex, see my feet are in parallel, flex, and I wanna keep my knees pulled up, demi point, and try not to sickle. All right, and feel the balls of your feet pushing into, there you go. Keep your ankles together. Push your ankles together. Flex, demi point, and point. How about if you put your head where I am? Turn
Like,
around, turn right around so people see the tops.
okay.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, you're gonna have to move back now, a little bit, about a foot.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, now pulling up your knees, squeezing the knees together, squeezing the ankles together so that they touch if they can, just the ankles. And here we go.
Bow-legged, so I'm doing my best. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's just, yeah, just work on it. Now flex hard, flex, flex. Yep, good. Now, demi point and point until the heels come off of the floor of the boot and you're pressing the toes the flat of the toes, not crunching. Now try to squeeze those ankles together a little bit more. There you go. Now we're going to do 5 of those. And here we go. And flex hard. And demi-point, point, ankles together. Keep your ankles, squeeze the ankles together. You see how they're coming apart? That's it. And flex. And demi-point, point. Keep those ankles together. This is working strength and flexibility into your ankles, as well as awareness in the whole foot and the lower leg. Flex. Look and see what your feet are doing as individuals. They're doing different things. Your left one is kind of curving in a little bit. All right, yeah, relax for a moment because we're going to do 3 more. All right, this is a lot harder than it looks. Yeah, here we go. Good. And flex hard, knees pulled up, demi-point, point. Feel the heel off every time. And flex. And demi-point, point. Keep those knees straight and pulled up. And one more time, really hard, flex, flex. And demi-point, point, 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 hard, heels, ankles together, squeeze. And relax. All right. What do you feel in your legs? Because this one is a new one for us. We didn't do that last time.
I feel the front of the quad shaking in the upper middle. I feel the adductor shaking more than anything else. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's enlivening them and just making you more aware of everything that happens when you point your foot, right, correctly in a boot. It really engages a lot of muscles. All right, now we're going to go to that exercise that we did. I'm going to do it from the side first. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's just do this quickly. All right. So you can get the feel of this with the skate on, and then we'll go to the other one. All right. As I was telling Dave a little bit earlier, these are just bits and pieces of the curriculum, all right? I'm just giving him today like little tastes of things that we do. If I have a student that's my student on a regular basis, we actually go through the pedagogy and the real curriculum. So this is just bits and pieces today. All right, so now we're going to do what we did before with just bare feet. And how about if you move back so they can see your skates a little bit? I can't see them anyway. And the heels are going to go on the outsides, and you're going to feel that rotation in the knees, hold up, right, and tighten glutes, flex hard. And now try to get the front of the toe pick down below the level of the yoga block. Good job. And flex hard. Yeah. Now, when you flex, try to keep the same amount of turnout that you have when you point. All right. Pointing, pull that kneecap up, especially on the left side. Make it work. There you go. Good job. Flex. And feel that heel coming off. Yeah, go slowly. Everything that we do online is too fast. We can't get that mind-body connection. Our minds are analog and everything is digital. Good job. Yes. Right. So when you do that spread eagle, those are what you're going to feel. All of that. Right. Tummy in and up. Shoulders down, feel the whole thing together so you are connecting every body part, right? Good job. Okay, let's go to that exercise that we did. All right, I'm going to do this from the side. First of all, keep the heels up as much as you can. It's going to be hard doing that with the skates on. You're going to work your turnout hands here on your elbows, but you're not going to be sinking down. You're still going to be thinking about your whole body posture. You're going to take your right leg up into attitude. All right, so that's a bent position turning out. Then you're going to turn it in as far as you can without moving your hips. Turn it back out again. Take the knee to the shoulder and stretch it out straight. Flex. Turn in the hip socket, in and out, a couple of times, just so you can feel what that feels like. Point hard to the heel is off of the bottom of the skate and bring it back in. I know we didn't do this part last time. And then just take it up again and straight to the ceiling. And now without moving your hips, you can keep your hands on your hips or here, we're going to do a circle. Take it out to the side and point. Take it down to the floor, point. Up and flex hard. And repeat, side, without moving that other knee. Down, up, and point, and reverse. Down, side, nice and long, all right, in the torso, up, and flex, and down, side, and up, and bring it down. I'm going to do it facing this way so you can see what I'm doing for the other side. I can't see you, Dave, but I know you're going to be doing a great job. Okay. Here we go. And attitude.
We're doing the other leg, right? Yep. Okay.
Yep, I am. Turn in, turn out, knee to the shoulder, take it out to the side, and flex. Turn in and out a couple of times. It might only be an inch. Mine isn't a lot because I have knee hip replacement. And point, take it back down, and attitude again, and up to the ceiling. Now, without moving the side, all right, you want to make it controlled, right, in the hips. We're going to the side, and down, and up, and flex. Repeat, same direction, side. Keep this as still as you can. Down, up, and point. Reverse. Down, make your tummy nice and long and flat. Side, leading with the heel, and flex. And repeat. Down, take your time. Side, because you want to feel what your body is feeling. Up, not forcing it. Point and lower. And at this point, you can just take both knees up and do whatever stretch you need to do, right, to feel relaxed. If your neck is hurting, sometimes people tell me their neck is hurting. I don't know. I'm sure this is a strange stretch to do if your neck is hurting, but you can always go back like this. All right. That's what I do when my neck is hurting. But you do what you need to do. Yes, it stretches my neck. The kids always love it when I do that. But anyway, that stretches my neck. Okay. All right. Let me look. Do you remember what we did next?
Yeah, we do the floor with the arm to the left and the right on the diagonal, right? For the obliques, like the
yes, the favorite one. Yes. You feeling that in your deep abs, the one that we just did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to stay flat here, again, about a 45-degree angle, and the other foot is going to be up here. This is very, very good for backward skating. Okay, Dave, how about if you go sideways to the mirror so they can see your whole, action. All right, so you're putting that leg right on top of it, turning it out, all right, and pointing hard. You're going to try to lift without crunching, all right, but a nice Pilates stretch up is 1. Arms to 3rd, or Cicchetti 5th, 2. And then reaching up, make a circle, look behind you, 3. Lift, come back to center, 4. Lift, go to the other side, 5. Make sure your head and your eyes go, lift, 6. Arms to 2nd, allongé, stretch the lower back, chin up to the ceiling, and then roll down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Here we go, and stretch up as 1 and 2. Big circle, lift 3, lift 4, lift 5, lift 6, stretch 7, allongé, roll down 8. Nice deep breath. And last time. And a 1 and 2. Lift, look behind you. Get used to using your eyes for proprioception. We'll talk about that in a minute. Lift 6, lift 7, lift, allongé, and roll down. All right, if you feel it, if you're feeling it in your hip flexors a lot, you need to be tightening your glutes more. Give your hip flexors a rest by engaging the glutes. All right? All right, other side. Here we go. Ready? Okay. Nice deep breath. Always want to do deep breaths during and in between to get oxygen to the body. Here we go. And 1 and 2. Lift, turn 3. Lift 4. Lift 5. Lift 6. Open 7. Allongé. Roll down 8. And 1. 2. Lift 3. Don't forget the lift 4. That's strengthening. Lift 5. Lift 6. Lift, allongé, and last 1 and 1 and 2. All the lifts are stretching and strengthening all of your inner muscles. Heaven, stretch, allongé, and relax. So all of the Vaganova floor exercises are for stabilizing muscles, all right? We tend to, these days, go fast, and we were working the mobilizer muscles. If your mobilizer muscles are strong and your stabilizer muscles are not, you will get injured. That's why all of these little exercises feel so hard to do, because they're working on stabilizer muscles. Okay, shall we just, we were going to go on and do some skates on.
Yeah.
But you have to get your,
Guard. Yeah. Could we do the bar without the skates on? With the skates off?
Well, we could, but I think you would just ruin your soakers. I mean, if you
No. What I'm asking is, can we do stuff on the bar barefoot?
You're asking if you can do stuff on the bar, how?
Like barefoot?
Oh, no, well, we can do pliés, we can do all of that, but we can't do skates on at the bar. All right. We could do just regular pliés barefoot, but we can't do skates on at the bar unless you have your guards, because
Okay.
you ruin your skates or your soakers or the rug.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So if you want to, we can go on to the arm exercises.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So as you're taking those off, I can talk about the eye-spine connection, if you want me to do that while you're taking your skates off. Okay. All right, so a lot of times when we want to have something in our choreography where, especially I can think of Paul Wiley, well, he's doing his spread eagle and he's looking in one direction, but he's skating in another direction. This is artistry of the highest form because we as animals, we go in the direction that we look. If you ever notice when you're driving, right? You go, look. My husband did it just the other day when we were driving home from our Christmas holidays. Every time you look somewhere, you tend to go in that direction. And so sometimes choreography doesn't work because we're too afraid to look in one direction and go in another direction because our proprioception has not been trained that way, right? So this is to show you how connected our eyes are to where we are driven actually to go. So we did this exercise the other day. So you're going to take two fingers and you're going to put them right at the very base of your skull, push in really hard. Yeah. And then you're going to close your eyes and you're going to shift your eyes very quickly from left to right and right to left and just keep doing it. And you're going to feel those muscles in the back are actually attached to your spine. And it's like the reins that you have on a horse. So we have to be trained. And this is why hand training, head training, and eye training is a real thing in the Vaganova method, so that you can look in one direction and still feel perfect aplomb going in another direction. So it takes time to do that. You can't just do that with choreography because you're going to feel afraid. So you felt it, right? You felt it last time and you feel it this time. Yep. Okay, all the kids go, ew, when I teach them that, but they love it anyway. All right, so let's do the first exercise that we do on the floor in the Vaganova method is we learn the posture. Yeah, we're going to do that second. All right, so we're going to slump down. First of all, what I do is I either use a ruler or I put my leg here. So we slump down and then we lift, we tighten those glutes, we tighten and we lift up ears, right? Ears are in line with the shoulders and we're lifted up and we just want to feel that in and up medially as well as laterally. And from here, two fingers, squeezing in, pointing so that everything is engaged, shoulders down. And what you want to feel is as if I'm pulling you in either direction into infinity, just like Paul said the other day, right? Into infinity. You want to feel the stretch. All our movements come from the sternum and the mid back and lower back. So I call all of this the core. You need all of it. Stretch. Now feel those laterals engage as you take the arms into a high V. Now you want to feel that engagement as you come down. Feel those laterals staying engaged. It's a different feeling, right? You will see all of John Curry's original dancers, skaters, with that beautiful lift. All right, Mark Henretti has that as well. And now try it one more time and try to keep the lift. The next we're going to be using the resistance band. And now keep that lift, keep that lateral lift. Up, 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 stretch, stretch, and stretch, lifting, yes. So when you're skating, that presentation is there all the time. All right, now let's use this. All right, I'm gonna go to the side. But you can stay front if you want to, but you're going to take your hands right here, so it's taut, right? And then you're gonna lift them up to about belly button height, keeping that posture and stretch it out. No elbows, right? Totally lifted torso. Take it up to your shoulders. Yep, nice deep breath, shoulders down as you go up overhead without ducking. right? Now you're gonna take, I'm gonna come this way, you're gonna take your arms, your wrists, and tilt them out, all right? And you're not gonna duck or anything, you're gonna tilt out and go back. Now you've seen a number of skating teachers doing this, but this is the whole exercise, which is a Vaganova original. Now take this down to the near the floor, but keep those laterals engaged, in and up. Again, these are stabilizer muscle exercise. Take it back with a nice deep breath. Don't move the head. Feel those laterals in and up. Take it front to the shoulders, no elbows. Take it down to the belly button. And we're gonna do it one more time. No resting. And here we go. To the shoulders, posture, in and up. Feel that quadratus lumborum in the back, lower back, lifting. And angle those wrists out. Keep lifting chin up. Down to near the floor, no elbows. Away from the back, right? Get it down farther, you can go down farther. Open up, stretch, stretch. That's it, stretch. Feel that stretch. Up to the shoulders, that's it. Up overhead without moving. Lift, getting taller and taller. Up over shoulders, shoulder height, belly button. Now let go and stretch those arms. Palms forward. I know that's not a Paul Weatherly, right? But we talked about why some of the Russians do this is because in Russian ballet, the palms are facing the audience and it lifts your laterals to do this. To do this, you don't feel it as much. Now you feel that stretch, right? You feel it in the upper back, and this is what keeps you lifted and able to move, not in pieces, but all in one, right? Okay, relax. You can stretch out. Yep. All right. All right, now we're going to do it standing up, because this does a different thing when you stand up. We talked about how the pelvis, right? In a lot of skaters, the pelvis is tilted this way, right? And we're taught as skaters not to tuck. Well, you don't want to tuck either, but you want the pelvis to be neutral. And for some skaters, that pelvis is going to feel like it's tucked, all right? But it's not. It's in neutral, all right? Neutral position. All right, so when you're doing this exercise, I'm going to tilt this up a little bit. When you're doing this exercise standing, you're going to feel your mid-back or your lower back kind of wobbling around, and this will show you how strong your stabilizers are. So about the same with palms down. I'm going to go from the side, and I'm opening up. All right, now I'm going to tighten my glutes. I'm lifting in and up. I'm doing all my posture things that we just talked about. And we're going to the shoulders. And we're stretching and we're going up. No elbows. I'm going to tilt those out again. Now watch what might happen as you go back. All right, don't allow that to happen. Stay strong and lifted. Right? Strong and lifted. In and up. Keep lifting, keep breathing. Arms in front, really stretch out. Really stretch it out as much as you can. Belly button. Nice deep breath, and one more time. Keep it stretched out. My mother used to say, no rest for the wicked, right? Just keep going. This is the way you get stronger. Right here, pelvis, feeling very neutral, not arched, tummy in and up. Lower back strong. Try to get those arms straight. Don't let them do this. All right. Don't let the band win. All right. And down. Back. Yep. Stretch it out overhead. Nice long neck. Cold neck. Right. Cold neck. In front. Belly button, but keeping those laterals lifted. Stretch it out. Open. And second position is the hardest position to do. Elbows up. Elbows up. Feel those deltoids. And we'll talk about finger groupings, etc. at another time. Allongé. And back into preparatory position. All right. Okay, Dave, anything else you want to do? Just let me know.
Can we just do a basic plie?
Oh, we certainly can. Let's go for it. A basic plie. I'm
And
just
then releve? Yeah.
demi plie is all right? All right, first position. Let me tilt this down. All right, so plie, believe it or not, tendu, what we did before, is what Vaganova says is the basis of the whole methodology. But plie is a closed second, right? Plie is our beginning and ending of every jump, and tendu is how we actually move. All right, so remember the exercise. We didn't do the turnout exercise with the wraparound. We'll have to do that next time, where we wrap the exercise band, resistance band around both feet. But this is a takeoff from that. So go into parallel, and then you're going to pull the toes forward without rocking back and turn out only in the hip sockets and drop the feet. That is your turnout. That's your current turnout. It will get better as time goes on, but you never force turnout. You're not going to start like this and then kind of work your way up. All right. Again, parallel, flex, squeeze, and drop. Plie is in two directions, just like we were doing on the floor. So arms open, chin up, hands right across. If you have a bar, right across. 4 counts down. Feel the little toe, big toe and heel equally. 1, and you're getting taller. And 2, knees right over the middle of the foot. We're not talking big toe, middle of the foot. Tighten. 2, 3, 4. Deepest demi plie, keeping the heels on the floor. You're going to deepen push, and you're pushing to come up. All right, you're using your heavy lifters. Push. 5, 6, squeeze. 7 and 8. I'm going to do that one more time. Plie, lifting from here up, chin up, cold neck. 1, feel the little toes on the floor. 2, knees right over the middle of the foot. 3, 4, the deeper the demi plie, the higher the potential of the jump. Deepen, push, and feel those little toes to keep the turnout. 5, 6, squeeze, isometric squeeze in and up. 7, that's for your jump in the air, right? Last time, demi plie. 1 and 2, 3, knees over toes, really work it. 4, deepen, push. 5, 6, knees over toes. 7, squeeze. 8, try 1 releve. Now the pinky toes do not have to stay on the floor because everyone's are angled differently. Squeeze those heels, squeeze, squeeze. Tailbone straight down. Don't let the lower back arch. All right, when you go up, not like this, okay? Tailbone straight down. Lift. And come down slowly so that you're squeezing the glutes so the heels meet again. 6, 7, 8. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Shoulders down, right? Do not arch the lower back. Keep lifted. lower, squeeze inner thighs. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, you want to end with something with music?
Sure.
All right, this is going to be choreographic, okay?
Okay.
I will put some music on and we're going to do first port de bras, all right? So you can just feel it. In Vaganova method, this is preparatory, all right? We'll go through this another time. Finger positions, apples under the armpit, as Ina Stavrova says. This is demi-second. All right, this is first. Remember, right across from the belly button. This is second. Elbows up so you feel the deltoids. Third is here. You should be able to see your little fingers in your peripheral vision. Otherwise, it's too far back or too far forward. All right, I am going to put on some music and we can have that and a little reverence, right? Let's see. Almost ready, sorry. My Bose is being annoyed here. Okay, got it. Let's face this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eyes, allongé, demi-second, and close. 1, 2, up to third, looking just about 3 inches above the elbow, open. Other side. 1, looking into the hand, and open. Allongé, feel that back stretching. And 1. And open. Stretch. All right.
All right.
Okay, great.
Great. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome, Dave. I hope you enjoyed it. And
Do you
we'll
see improvement last time?
Pardon me?
Do you see improvement last time?
You know what? I have to turn off my audio. I have live performance audio on, which only allows for music and not for words. Okay.
Do you see improvement since last time?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Definitely. And you can count on me to tell you if I don't. All right.
Okay. Okay.